Greetings, Lisa. Greetings. How are you? Yes, very much so. Likewise, likewise. Thank you so much for all of the love um, that you show me. Hey, hey, Angelique. I'm doing great. How about yourself? Well, I am also a student, and it's interesting that you mentioned me teaching you on your journey. Um, but I am also a student of this journey. Um, not particularly. Um, yeah, not particularly. But I like the season in large part uh, because of the energy of it. Um, during the holiday season, people tend to be a bit more generous, a bit more in their feminine energy, okay, and a bit softer. And yeah, you get more smiles at the counter from the cashier and that typically during the holidays, okay. So I like that part of the energy of the holiday season. It's a happy, joyful time, typically, okay. Hey, hey, Devin. Hey, hey, how are you? Yes. Yeah. So I enjoy that. I enjoy that energy. All right. We're going to go ahead and get into it. Um, I see that it's showing only one person being in here, but obviously there's more than one individual who's in the room currently. Mm. Well, um, what I've learned is that the knowledge, some of it, the knowledge and wisdom that I come with, and the same thing with you again, there's nearly, I would say nearly nothing that I accomplish or wisdom or places of ascension and that sort of thing. Access to Akashic records and communicating with your ancestors. These portals, okay, and connections are available to us all. But from previous lifetimes, we've gained wisdom and we've gained knowledge. I am of the understanding that there's no one of the 8.4 billion people on this planet today, there's no one who is here for the first time at this point. Okay, the Earth's existence, Gaia's existence, has been here long enough for the beings here on this planet to have been here many times before. And so we bring wisdom from past lives. And again, we have access to that information through ascensions and meditations and that sort of thing. So some of it is new knowledge. And like secret societies, okay? So the majority of these secret societies, Porcelain Club, Book and Snake, Skull and Bones, Eastern Stars, Freemasons, many of these organizations have come about in the last 200, 250 years or so. And so that's knowledge that is new for this journey. I know that my last lifetime here was during the 1800s, and certainly one of the key years was 1820 for me, 1820. Okay, so yeah, we bring knowledge from past lives, and we combine that with what we are shown and seen this lifetime. Okay, so before we get into it, okay, what I would like to do, okay, and you can feel free to do this as well, is I want to stimulate, okay, the third eye and the crown, okay? So if you would like to do this, okay, what we are going to do is we're going to take our middle finger and our index finger of our left and right hand, and we're going to place them on our crown and on our third eye for 30 seconds, okay? All right. So, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for all of the subscribes. We have uh, some 30 new subscribers overnight, okay? And so there are several public accounts that I want to give notification for. Again, for those of you who are not aware, I give public shout outs for those public accounts here on YouTube that subscribe. And again, that's just part of my appreciation and unconditionally loving nature. Okay. So, Stephen, welcome in. Thank you so much for being a part of the journey. Miss Ladybug, welcome in and thank you for being a part of the journey. LPM 24K, thank you so much for being a part of the journey and welcome in. Living Hope, thank you so much for being a part of the journey and welcome in. And I believe it's Lashina or something along those lines. Welcome in. Stephanie Camille, okay, welcome in. All right. If you are seeing the angel numbers 808 and 721, there's certainly something in this reading for you. If you do not see those angel numbers, then that doesn't mean there's nothing in here for you. Those are the angel numbers that are standing out to me at this time. All right. So yeah, okay. So investigators, collective, thank you so much for being a part of the journey and welcome in. Feel free to ask questions, okay, and that sort of thing as we go along. Investigators, while in meditation, okay, and this is dealing with the state of Iowa in the United States, okay. Also, there's RICO charges in Colorado involving a Giovanni. So we have Colorado come out here in the frequent readings recently. I would have to go back and listen to them. But Giovanni in Colorado has been coming out here in the readings. And yeah, so that could be significant, okay? But during my meditations regarding Iowa, it's an isolated road in the state of Iowa. The name Philip Lamont and Smith in 1996, okay? So the street and intersection on this isolated road in Iowa could be Phillip Street, it could be Lamont Street, it could be Smith Street, and there's something significant about that regarding 1996. So investigators, CIA, FBI, DEA, okay, you might want to, police officers, deputies in Iowa, okay, or wherever this is. It could be Phillip County, okay, it could be Smith County in Iowa, any of that, okay. You may want to take a look along this road. I don't know if you will find a deceased body. I don't know if you're going to find additional evidence to a crime, cold case you're currently investigating, but that's significant, okay. To the new subscribers, I've recently heard, or I heard something in the past, and that is when the student is ready, the teacher shows up. Okay, and again, I am a student of this journey as well for my 10th and final time here on this planet. Okay, and in contrast to that, when the student is ready, the teacher shows up. In contrast to that, the same pair of pants or skirt continues to show up. Okay, until you learn the lesson. So again, you're dating Mike, you married Michael, and they didn't treat you well. You divorced Michael, and then you got with Randy. Randy showed you the same lessons Michael did, but you didn't learn the lessons, so guess what? Now someone else shows up until you get the lesson, okay? And you no longer need that teacher. Same thing for the men, okay? You're dating Melissa, and Melissa teaches you a karmic lesson. But because you didn't learn the lesson, your ancestors are now sending someone else wearing a different skirt to teach you the same lesson until you learn. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and roll some zodiacs. We're going to get 3 zodiacs. Divine Source, Aravat, we thank you so much for all that you do for the collective. Thank you so much for protecting this channel, for protecting this energy, INNERG, energy, okay, of the high vibrational investigators, again, those in Colorado, okay, who are busting Giovanni and whoever else is involved with these racketeering and whatever else RICO charges, cyber crimes, okay, is part of their charges. We have Sagittarius, okay, Sagittarius. Okay, so you could be a Sagittarius, something in this reading about a Sagittarius, okay, or someone you're connected to, Sagittarius. And again, generally, I take that as being their sun sign, but it could be their moon sign, it could be their north node, it could be their ascendant sign, okay, Venus, Sagittarian placement, what have you, okay, Sagittarius. Next. Next, we have a Pisces. We have Pisces, okay? Someone could be pregnant, okay? Pisces, okay? Next sign, okay? Third sign we have is okay. We have Capricorn, okay? So Capricorn, so Sagittarius, Pisces, and a Capricorn. Okay, we are in Capricorn season. We are in Capricorn season. Okay. So yeah, if you are a Capricorn, happy birthday season to you. All right. Thank you so much again, ancestors. Okay. I am reminded of a dream I had some time ago. I've shared my journals on the other shadow band channel. That shadow band channel is Esoteric Guidance Extraterrestrial Earth Angel. And on that channel, there are some 800 videos, both exposing karmic churches, religious ass groups, okay? And we share canonical texts on there, okay? We don't journey into the Bible. The Bible is a reference, and the Bible is a collection of stories and how you alchemize and how you become an overcomer. That's what the Bible is. And it's been manipulated by man to hide certain things from us. And, but yeah, it's a reference. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into it. On top of the stack, we have get some rest. Okay. So 'tis the season. Okay. To be getting some rest. Also on the back of this card, I see the name James. So James Redden, shout out to you. Okay. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, collective. Okay. And because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, trying to understand the spiritual things and demonic spirits that have come against you in whatever way they've come against you, will continue to keep you in stagnated energy. Because if you're coming against spiritual things, you cannot fight spiritual things with the mind. Okay? The mind is a physical thing. Your crown chakra and your third eye is a spiritual thing. Okay? So let's go ahead and find out what's going on. Okay? And the energy. Thank you so much, Divine, for all that you do again for the channel. Okay? And for me, I am a tool. Okay? And that's not in the sense that people use that today. People are, you are a tool. That's not in the sense that I mean I am a tool for divine source. Okay? But I'm being reminded of a dream I had many years ago involving someone whose name is Janice. In that lifetime, their name was Janice Marie. Okay. And Janice Marie was married or in connection with the warlock. Okay. And for synchronicity, his name is Kevin. Okay. That warlock was with Janice from 79 to 89 when she left him. Okay, she ascended in 2008. Okay, 2008. And I had this dream involving Janice in which we were at a church. Okay, a victory. Okay, again, overcoming energy, a victory. Okay, with the 7 of wands, excuse me. Okay. 5 of Pentacles, okay, so poverty or the lack of financial prosperity. Again, this is what they wanted, okay. Excellent, Devin, excellent. And in that dream, we were at a church, okay, but we were outside and we were walking around the church, like the people of Jericho. We were walking around this church and we were singing a song, and I don't remember the song, but I'd have to look in the journal to find that. But we were singing this song, and then Stephen Lee Parker, who is the senior minister at the Rock of Central Florida in Sanford, Florida, where I spent 20 years after the military. Okay, so 5 of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles here. Something changing about your financial situation. And he pulls up in the truck as we're walking around. Does this sound strange to go out into this matrix and see spirits? No, not at all. No, not at all. Because that's what the movie Fallen is about, starring John Goodman and Denzel Washington. It's about the spirit of Azazel. Okay? And that is a spirit jumper. Okay, so no, not at all, Lisa, not at all. Okay, and in this dream, Steve's pulling up in a truck. Steve does own a truck today. He has a truck, or did last time I saw him 3 years ago. But Janice was holding his baby. Okay, she was holding this infant. Okay. And I remember seeing her and I started crying. I hadn't seen Janice in the physical. I have not seen Janice since like 1990. Okay, 1990, before we moved from Illinois to Florida. Okay, and I was 16 at that time. And I remember I was just getting my driver's license. Okay, and she was telling me at this restaurant that Kevin, and I met, he was trying to lure her back in. Okay, and because he was a pastor, a reverend, but a polygamist. Okay, and he was trying to lure her back in, but she was done with all of that. She didn't want to be a part of that anymore. She didn't want to be one of the women. She wanted to be the only woman, but he wasn't willing to let go of his polygamous lifestyle. And so in this dream, she's holding this child, and when I saw her, I just started crying and thanking her for seeing her, for showing up. Okay, and she didn't give the child over to me at that time. Okay, and so we just sat there crying, hugging. I was so thankful for her, and again, her being a part of the protective energy over me. And so she is not a biological mother of mine, but I share that dream with you to let you know, and perhaps to confirm, that there are ancestors, there are spiritual beings that you come in contact with each and every lifetime that have your highest intentions, okay, and your best intentions at heart, okay? They are protectors of you. They loved you when you were here unconditionally, okay? And so, yeah, that also speaks to a divine child that I am promised that she is protecting, who I have not yet been a part of giving birth to in this lifetime, okay? Destruction, am I going to have to kick your ass off my channel? Am I going to have to kick your ass off this live? Okay? We don't come in here and deal with negative ass energy. If you feel like you are worthless as fuck, then you need some help, and you need spiritual help. Okay? I'm not a doctor. I am a healer. Okay? Don't come over here with your negative ass energy. Okay? Because I will kick your ass out. I don't hate you. Get your ass off my fucking channel. Get your ass out right now. Get your ass out. Don't make another fucking comment on my channel. Don't make another comment on this live. Okay? All right? Sit your ass down and shut the fuck up. Okay? Sit your ass down and shut the fuck up. Learn something, motherfucker. If you were guided here, you have been guided to a Master Builder 33, born on 11/29/74. That is 33. If you came here to learn, sit down and learn something. Okay? Don't be the stupid ass student that's always got something to say. We have the Moon card. We have an Emperor. Okay, this could be a fallen Emperor. Okay, because it fell on the floor. So we could be looking at a fallen Emperor. Okay, not everything that comes out here is personal. Okay, some of it again is global. Okay, and national again. That's why this channel was created, to help the investigators who are interested truly in bringing peace on earth. Speaking of Christmas, peace on earth and goodwill toward men. Okay, that's what this channel was created for, to help them. I'm thankful for those of you who resonate with the readings, or when something speaks directly to your journey. Okay. Typically, the readings run between an hour and 15 minutes and an hour and a half. So, okay. Just so you know for time's sake. Okay. All right. Okay, we have a jubilee or a celebration of some sort. Okay. Someone's in the page of swords. Okay. This is an immature energy. Okay. This is an immature energy, this page of swords energy. Again, emperor on the floor. Okay. Something about the darkness no longer being hidden. The darkness no longer being hidden. Like Lisa said, okay. Seeing through your spiritual eye. Again, looking at the natural world, but seeing it through your spiritual eye. Okay, Matthew 6:22 says to open up your eye to see the light. And it is singular. Go read it. Even in the religious book, it says open up your eye to see the light. Okay? Again, there's something about a victory coming in some way, shape, form, or fashion for you. Investigators, collective. Investigators, please meditate on your cases, okay? Meditate on your cases. Hey, Keely. Thank you for all of your comments, Keely, okay? Sometimes, to be honest with you, they do sound a little karmic, but I know that we're all on a learning journey here again, even myself, okay? I've not always been upright, high vibrational. I've always been unconditional love, confirmation with the horn honks. I've not always been in my north node and all of that. I've not always been that way, okay? But I have always been unconditional love, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it, all right? Again, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is that you happen to celebrate. Fingerprints on windowsill. Okay, so investigators, there's something about fingerprints on a windowsill. So in that vision and talking about Iowa and wherever that street is, Philip, Lamont, Smith, whatever, 1996, whatever that is. Okay. If there are any moderators in here, okay, I'd appreciate if you do your job. Fingerprints on the windowsill. Okay, investigators. Again, if you've already investigated or if you've already sent forensics in, you might need to send them back because there is somewhere in one of your cases, fingerprints on a windowsill or a door. Okay, there's DNA evidence. Okay, that fingerprint on the windowsill, okay, is on one side of this bully who's trying to stop your love life. That's Cupid down there. Okay? Cupid. And again, Janice in that dream protecting that star seed that me and my divine feminine or my divine masculine female will be bringing into this earth. Okay? So they were trying to stop that. And again, same thing for you, collective. There's nothing new under the sun. The demons have no new tricks. Okay, they have no new tricks. Okay, it's the same old shit. Again, Joseph story. Okay, Job story. Okay, Yeshua story. Their name is not Jesus. Okay, Yeshua story. Issa story. Okay, It's just different names today. So today your name is, I don't know, Michelle. Okay. Today your name is John. But same thing. Okay. On the other side of the bully trying to hold back whatever you're supposed to be producing here on the earth, again, to be fruitful and multiply. This is why dick on dick relationships and vagina on vagina relationships are karmic and low vibrational. You can do whatever you want to do. You can suck on whatever you want to suck on, lick on whatever you want to lick on. But I'm talking about high vibrational star seeds, earth angels, healers, empaths, oracles. Okay? If you want to ascend to beyond where you are, this, whatever your name is, okay, who feels like you're in darkness, if you want to do that, then you need to get on your conscious spiritual journey. Sitting in here, sitting in a depressive ass energy and constantly speaking negative to yourself will keep you in the dark karmic ass place that you are in. And I just got a crown bump. Okay. So if you want to ascend to beyond where you are and you want to wake yourself up to climb out of the muck and mire that you are wallowing in, you need to get on your conscious spiritual journey. That involves meditating, that involves celibacy, and that involves isolation. Those three things are a must, are a must. So anyone else who's listening to this, you want to know why you continue to feel the way that you feel, you're probably ignoring one of those three things, if not all three. We have the spirit of Saint Germain. So we have ascended master energy here. Thank you, ascended masters. Issa, thank you. Buddha, thank you. Saint Mary, thank you. Suryao, thank you. Okay? Ascended masters. Okay? There's something about an animal spirit here. Again, you could be highly attracted to animals. Animals could be highly attracted to you. Okay? And this immature energy, this page of swords. Okay? So someone could be 60, 70, 75, and there is immature as can be. A 5-year-old is more mature than some of these beings out here who've been on this planet for decades this lifetime. Okay? If you don't know what your animal spirit is, connect with your ancestors and they will show you. Something about a transgender, okay? Transgender individual. Okay, again, you can do whatever you want to. It's your thing and you can shake it how you want to. Give it up free and make your money on the corner. Okay? But don't be mad when we call you bitch. Shout out to Tupac Shakur. Don't be mad when we call you bitch. Okay? On the other side of transgender, we have a victory. Okay? Because collective, you did not change your dick to a vagina, your vagina to a dick. Okay? And you do not suck or lick on the same thing that you have this lifetime. Right? On the other side of transgender, we have the name Parker. Okay? So Parker could be transgender. Lynn could be transgender. Lewis could be transgender. Louise could be transgender. Lupa, Ledbetter, or some other name that starts with an L, or Parker. Okay? We have celebrity energy out here all of the time. So Parker McKenna, okay? Also the TV show The Parkers, starring Monique and Countess something, Countess Bledsoe, or so whatever her name is, okay? However, Professor Ogilvy, okay? So there could be a professor in this energy, Professor Ogilvy, okay? And some crazy ass crazed woman or man who just won't leave you alone, because in that show, The Parkers, Monique had some karmic ass addiction to Professor Ogilvy and she would not leave him alone. Okay? So, And that individual in the natural, Monique in the natural, um, is one that speaks the truth. Okay, she tells the truth about Oprah Winfrey and her karmic ass ways. Okay, and exposing her. Okay, we have CIA out here. Uh-huh. I hope you're paying attention. CIA. I hope you're paying attention. Okay, this could represent someone's initials in your energy collective. Okay, investigators, this could also represent someone's initials pertaining to an investigation you are currently conducting. So, upright and high vibrational CIA agents, thank you so much and welcome in. Okay, we have two cards. Okay, one Ace of Pentacles, or excuse me, Knight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups on the same card. Okay, and here we go. And this says free to be single. Okay, so again, I'm celibate and I have been for quite a while. Okay, when I say quite a while, I mean years. Okay, so free to be single. Okay, I am. Okay, some type of wish fulfillment coming in where your cup will overflow. Okay, again, you can't get there by focusing on the natural, because if you look at the natural will never tell you that there are karmic demons that jump from being to being, as Lisa stated, okay, in the chat. You will just look at it as, why is shit going wrong? Why can't I do this? Just like that, just like whoever that individual is, okay? Why isn't this? Why isn't that? Because you're looking at it through the wrong eyes. You're looking at it through the wrong eyes. Okay? So, free to be single. You could be free to mingle. Okay? You might be getting ready to get back out there again. That doesn't mean giving up ass. Okay? And that doesn't mean humping on somebody. Okay? You can be social. Okay? And, yeah, talk to the opposite sex without being focused on sex. Do you understand what I'm saying? And by the way, having sex is immature. Having sex is immature. Okay? What do I mean having sex is immature? Because when you have high vibrational soulmates, okay, and divine loves, okay, for me, we either fuck or we make love. There's no having sex, okay? Teenagers have sex because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Again, pun intended, I guess. Right? We have Holly, Molly, Houston, Haskins. Holly, Molly, Houston, Haskins. Okay? I keep resonating this message, so do it. Okay, so do it. Yeah, I'm wondering that, Lisa. I don't know what. I'm not sure why that is. I was wondering that too. I also only see one person in the room, and obviously there's more than that, because there's more than that that's commenting on the information. So I'm not sure why that is either. Again, okay. There's something about a win-win situation coming your way, collective. Thank you, investigators, for bringing this win-win situation. CIA, okay. Thank you so much for all that you do. Hey, Wanda. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well this holiday season. Thank you so much, okay, for being a part of what is going on here in this collective. R&B music, okay? This emperor could be an R&B artist, okay? Again, one of the individuals, well, I know a couple, okay? So I speak about divine masculines and divine feminines. One of the things that will help you determine and cipher through the people who are on YouTube or any other platform and they're speaking to you, okay? And what they say may resonate with you in some way. But one way that you filter through the bullshit speakers, fake readers, there are fake readers, okay, is, is that divine masculine energy and divine feminine energy. We all have both masculine and feminine energy. That's why a man can be a homosexual and a woman can be a lesbian, because we all carry masculine and feminine energy. Divine source is masculine and feminine. That's how they are able to produce both the lion and the lioness. Okay? That's how. Okay? And so there's also the uniqueness of a male, a guy who ascends, and they are divine feminine. That's the unicorn. Same thing with the female. Again, the female who ascends and is fulfilling her Akashic record contract, but she is a divine masculine energy. Again, Tamron Hall, Barbara Corcoran, Condoleezza Rice, Ruth Bader Gingrich, right? These are examples of women who are in masculine roles. Again, I don't know if they're divine masculines, okay, because I don't know their spiritual journeys. But those are examples that we can look at about feminines who are bringing about justice, or females who are bringing about justice here in the earth, or were when they were here, but they are in masculine positions or masculine energies, okay? On YouTube, I will mention a male who is a divine feminine energy, and I will mention a female, okay, who is an R&B artist, okay? And so part of what she does, she's an oracle here on YouTube, okay? But part of what she does is through the earthly means, and that is on stage, singing, rapping, whatever. So the male is Journey of Scorpio, and there are several, okay? But one is Journey of Scorpio, okay? They make music, okay? I don't know if it's R&B music, but they make music and they post videos about their music in addition to the oracle and empathic readings that they do on their channel. Again, Journey of Scorpio. The female is Maji Got the Tea, okay? And again, I don't resonate highly with Maji Got the Tea. I haven't watched any of her videos in a long time, okay? Because Maji is a flamboyant ass, okay? And I don't do well with flamboyant energy, okay? But again, she does speak truth, okay? And that's just part of who she is, I guess, until she, I don't know, gets out of that energy. Like on screen, like get the fuck off the screen. Like, what are you doing? Just over the top, okay? Like a homosexual male, okay? Most men, okay, who walk around and they're all flamboyant and they're doing all the shaking their neck and all this stupid ass shit, okay? How many women really act like that? Women, how many of you truly act like that on the daily basis? Very few, very few, okay? Again, nothing against Maji. Okay? So this emperor could be an R&B artist. Confirmation. Horn honk. So there's an emperor in this energy that is an R&B artist. Okay? Music artist. Okay? We have Parker out here. I think McKenna Parker from My Wife and Kids. She was a young girl on My Wife and Kids with Damon Wayans and Tisha Campbell. I think she does music also. McKenna, Parker McKenna. Okay, I believe she does music. Okay. On the other side of R&B music and the emperor, we have You Once Worked For or With Your Enemy. Okay. You once worked for or with your enemy. Okay. So this enemy that came against you, lie, cheat, and steal from you in some sort of way. They could have used your social security number for something, okay? They could have filed false tax returns using your information. Who knows, okay? They have your social security number. Obviously, an employer does, okay? Hello, 99. Thank you so much for tuning in, Christy, okay? That name is significant, Christie, investigators, okay? So their last name could be Johnson, okay? Next, we have Arizona, okay? So there's something in this reading in regards to Arizona. So Phoenix, Rising Phoenix, Phoenix, Arizona, Tucson, Arizona, Pima County, Maricopa County, the Grand Canyon, I-10, Interstate 10, the desert, okay? Arizona. Christie is an insurance agent. Okay. So, yeah, insurance agents, karmic or upright. Okay. We have the Five of Pentacles. Okay. You need to do sacral protection. Okay. You need to do your sacral protection. I'm looking at anal pleasure. You need to do your sacral protection, collective. Okay. You need to do your sacral protection. Okay. Five of Pentacles. This is someone who is taking your sacral energy and giving it to someone else. Okay. So they were laying with you and then turning around and going to lay with someone else. Okay. Someone who was unfaithful. Okay. Their names could be Jose, Micah, or Rowan. Okay. Micah, Jose, or Rowan. Okay. Shout out to Horace. Okay. Shout out to Horace. Okay. Shout out to Horace. Okay. Thank you, Horace, for your energy here. Okay. You could resonate with being an Egyptian shaman as I do. Seattle, Washington investigators. So there's something about Seattle, Washington in this energy. There's some type of jubilee. The R&B singer, the R&B musician, something's falling, collapsing. Okay. The R&B singer could be in Seattle, Washington, from Seattle, Washington. Someone could work at Starbucks. Okay. Also, there could be something about the needle. The needle. Confirmation burp. The needle. Okay. Like the Seattle needle, but a needle. Injections. Okay. If you resonate with being an extraterrestrial, they could have injected something into you when you were born or at some point in time during your young childhood. Okay. They could have injected you with something. Also, Seattle could also, or Washington, could also resonate with Washington, D.C., the name Washington. Someone's name could be Seattle, sleepless in Seattle. Someone could be restless in Seattle. There's something about a love ship regarding Seattle, sleepless in Seattle. Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, sleepless in Seattle. Okay? That's the only way to get there. It's the only way to get out of detrimental self-talk. Okay? I hate myself. I hate myself. I'm horrible. I'm terrible. I suck. Whatever that is. Okay? We are dealing with these issues. Okay? Confirmation horn honk. On the other side of ascending now, okay, we have hireahitman.com. Okay? Hireahitman.com. Oh, born in Arizona, Wanda. Okay. Okay. Sister's name is Phyllis. Phyllis is significant here. Okay. I know a Phyllis who passed in 2021 unexpectedly. Okay. At 70, I believe Phyllis was 71. Okay. And I said Philip. Okay. She was married to a Philip. So Philip. Okay. And I said Philip in that vision that I had during my meditation before going live. Philip Lamont Smith, Philip. So there you go. Okay. So thank you. Confirmation, Wanda. Okay. So Phyllis had a sister who passed, and she was depressed. Okay. Phyllis has been a diabetic this lifetime. Listen to me. Okay. So if someone's a diabetic, Phyllis was a diabetic and was good about taking care of herself for decades. For decades. Okay. I met Phyllis when I was 17. Okay. Her daughter, her second, third eldest daughter, okay, was the woman that I dated for, or the female that I dated for 4 years or something like that. Okay. 17 to 20 until I went into the military and she didn't want to go from Florida to North Carolina with me. Okay. And, but Phyllis, they never had sons, and Phyllis treated me like a son. I mean, Phyllis, like, she adored me. Okay. But she got depressed when her sister passed, and she stopped taking her diabetic medication, and she ended up passing. Okay. HireAHitman.com. Okay. So someone could pass just because they are in this depressive energy, as that individual in this live was speaking about themselves. Okay. That's detrimental. Okay. Okay. So someone in Five of Cups energy, HireAHitman.com, investigators, you might want to go back to that website or speak to the owner of that website. Okay. On the other side of HireAHitman.com, we have the Knight of Wands. Okay. This is an energy that creeps at night. This is an energy that creeps at night. Again, coming on to you and taking your sacral energy and giving it to someone else. Okay. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. The name Vivian, okay, or Vivica. Again, we talk about Vivica Fox. Spiritual cleanse to ascend now, okay? So while you're on your Christmas break, cleanse your house. And that's your house and your house, okay? Cleanse your house. Something about the military investigation, JAG, okay? Looking at the name Rachel, okay? Rachel could be Raquel, could be Rachel, okay? Rachel, okay? And someone uses sex as a weapon. Okay, so someone uses sex as a weapon, and that's a confirmation for what divine is having me speak at this time. They need to do a spiritual cleanse for damn sure. Okay, start looking for travel destinations collective. Okay, again, if you know that this is not where you are today, then you're not there and you have more spiritual work to do. Okay, when you get to the Nine of Wands, when you get to the Nine of Pentacles, when you get to, then, okay, this could speak to this R&B energy out here, this Emperor or Empress energy out here, okay, that you are going to be going to this whatever destination with, okay? On the other side of start looking for travel destinations collective. Again, this could be you two investigators. Again, you are part of the collective. Okay. We have the Five of Swords. Okay. So again, you being in this energy or someone else, and this energy speaks to someone who is stuck. Okay. Someone who is unable to move. They might be homeless. Confirmation. So someone's homeless. They could be living in their car, or they could be sleeping on friends' couches. Them, their sons, their daughters. You could go back and check someone's address and see that their house is for rent. where you once knew they stayed, or it's in foreclosure. Yeah, Omega. Yeah. Just focus on you. Okay, again, in most cases, divine source, Erevat, Yahweh, the great I am, they are not saying you need to love me more. They're saying you need to love yourself more. In many cases, they are saying you need to love yourself more. Okay? They're not asking you to love them more. They're asking you to love yourself more. And when you love yourself more, you take care of yourself. Okay? When you love yourself more, you take care of yourself. Okay? Again, there are no personal phone numbers in my phone today. Okay? Because I've been in isolation for some years now. Okay? And again, without that isolation, I would not have the esoteric wisdom and knowledge that I have, whatever that happens to be. And again, that's not bragging. All credit goes to divine source. Okay? There's something about energy calibration. Okay? Again, that's what meditating, spending time near water, spending time with your ancestors in meditation. It doesn't have to be laying down and being still. You can spend time in meditation and smoke your 420 sitting outside on the balcony. Okay? Time in meditation, time in quiet, time in solitude. Okay? Okay? Your brother is touching your child. Okay? Your brother is, yeah, okay? Your brother is touching your child. So if you do not have a brother and you do not have children that are babysat by a male or a female, then this part doesn't resonate for you. Take what resonates always mean, or taking what resonates always means what easily fits. Okay? So there is a brother in this energy that is touching someone's child. This individual, okay, this mother or father who has a brother or sister that's touching their child, they may allow them to do that. Incestuous energy, incestuous energy. They may allow their brother or sister to touch their child. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the store. And when they go to the store, the brother is fondling the girl, fondling the boy. Some nasty ass families out here, karmic ass families out here, bloodlines that are just sick, putrid, putrid. Okay? Christina Ortiz, okay? Christina Ortiz, I don't know if you will listen to this reading, okay? But if you have the opportunity or the means, I would homeschool my children, okay? I would homeschool my children. We have a Two of Wands energy, okay? So, looking at the world from a different perspective, from a higher perspective. Looking at the world from a higher perspective. Okay? He sits high and looks low. The Bible, the religious book, talks about the earth being divine's footstool. Okay? So, looking at it from a different point of view. Your situation, the world, the earth, again, that only happens when you open up your third eye, crown, all of your other chakras, the 7, you have 114 of them, okay? When you align, you get a different perspective. Something about Madrid investigators, Madrid. Okay, this could be someone's name or the place. Yeah, MK Ultra, the school in America, the school system is an MK Ultra system. The entire school system, from kindergarten all the way through college, it is an MK Ultra system. They taught us that Christopher Columbus discovered America. Christopher Columbus didn't discover a goddamn thing in America. He never even landed on the continental United States, never even stepped foot on the continental United States. But they taught us, I don't think they teach it anymore because the truth is out. But they taught us that Christopher Columbus discovered America. There were Vikings and other indigenous Indian ancestors and that sort of thing on the land of North America well before Christopher Columbus's ass got there. Another karmic ass lie. So the entire school system program in America is MK Ultra. It is brainwashing. Okay, again, they teach you that your vote at the polls, they teach you that that counts. You will find out, I posted a video about the Porcelain Club and another video about the Bush family and the Skull and Bones recently, okay? If you would like to receive those posts or be aware of when I post in the community tab every day, okay? You might want to click the notification bell so that you get notifications about when things are posted in that community page, okay? But it's all a lie. The Porcelain Club and other secret societies control who gets that presidential seat. Okay? Your vote, I'm telling you, your vote don't mean a fucking thing. They tell you, oh yeah, the electoral votes and that's bullshit. No, it does not. That shit is decided by money and long before November, whatever, 3rd, 11th, whatever election, the 7th, whatever election day is. It's decided long before that. Okay? All right. So we have anal pleasure and vaginal pleasure. Again, collective, please. Investigators, please, please. Someone has a black and white Great Dane or black and white, someone has a Dalmatian. When I closed my eyes, immediately I saw a white spotted dog, a white and black spotted dog. It doesn't have to be one of those breeds, okay? But someone has a black and white dog, okay? Yeah, if you feel as if the individuals on the ballot are not worth quality, again, in America, and this is every election, including Trump, okay? Every election, you are voting for the lesser of the demons, the lesser of two evils, okay? You are voting for the lesser of two evils until someone in office gets in the office who is a divine masculine in their north node or a divine feminine in their north node, again, male or female. Until that happens, it's all a conspiracy, and it truly is, okay? It's all underhanded shit done by forces of which they try to keep under wraps, okay? Someone's dark-skinned in this energy, okay? This lifetime, someone's dark-skinned. Again, racism is the dumbest fucking thing ever. Do you want to know why? Okay, I mentioned earlier that one of my lifetimes was in 1820. I was not a brown man, and neither was I born in America in 1820s. I was somewhere else. Okay. How dumb would it be for me to be racist against European Caucasians or racist against Japanese or Vietnamese or Mexicans or Latinos or whatever? How dumb of me to be racist against my ancestors. How stupid. But this lifetime, someone's dark-skinned. Manute Bol, shade. Grace Jones, shade. Bernie Mac, shade. Shout out to Bernie Mac and his ancestors. Shout out to Manute Bol and their ancestors. These beings are no longer here in that form. Okay? Dark-skinned. Dark-skinned, we have moving back in. Okay, so there's a dark-skinned energy here that is moving back in, or you're moving back in with them, or they're going to be asking you to move back in with you. Okay? I don't know about that. You have to use your own intuition. Again, I wouldn't go back to shit from my past because that's what the past is. That's why it's no longer a part of your journey, or that's why it was removed. Again, rejection being protection in every sense. Rejection being protection in every sense. Okay? So, someone's having to move back in with someone again. I mentioned homelessness and we got a horn honk confirmation earlier. Okay? So, someone has to move back in with an ex. Rivera and Ronaldo. Okay? Rivera and Ronaldo. It could be Rivera Ronaldo, Ronaldo Rivera. Okay? It could be Ronaldo Rivera or some other name that is an RR. Okay? Someone could be an RN. Someone could be a nurse, a CNA. Okay? Someone could be in home health care. We have secret societies out here, of course. And the name Sandra. Sandra could be in a secret society. Okay? Eastern Stars or something else. Sandra, Sandy, Cassandra. Some of its energy is definitely about a former coworker. Yeah, 99. Okay. Good. Okay. Yeah, excellent. So for you, Omega, Ronaldo is a good guy. That's good. Okay. All right. So some type of victory. Okay. And this is victory over stagnation. Okay. Again, coming out of the Five of Pentacles, coming out of the bully energy. Okay. Coming out of the Five of Pentacles energy. Okay. So being able to have a little more money. Again, money is the currency of the earth. Faith is the currency of the kingdom. I did learn that from karmic ass Steve Parker at the Rock of Central Florida. Again, not all of my 20 years there were karmic. I received my kidney transplant on 7/7/17 while I was at the Rock of Central Florida. Okay? Steve was temporarily healed of cancer while I was at the Rock of Central Florida. And I did say temporarily. Okay? So stagnation and a victory over stagnation. Okay? And this moving in energy, you could be, it says moving back in, but you could be moving in with an emperor. Okay? We have emperor out here. You could be moving in with an emperor. Okay? And if this is someone who is of the same sex or gender this lifetime, okay? I can't tell you where to stick it, and I can't tell you what to allow to be stuck in you, but I am saying, okay? Don't get soulmates confused with romantic relationships, okay? A parent can be a soulmate, a son or a daughter can be a high vibrational soulmate, a coworker, an employer can be a high vibrational soulmate, okay? As an example, I'm looking at her name, so I'm going to pull a card. So let's say, for instance, okay, you are a female and you connect highly with Abraham Hicks. And let's say, hypothetically, you end up moving in with Abraham Hicks. Okay? You might want to go listen to what she has to say. Abraham Hicks, you would be mistaken to assume that their high vibrational, unconditionally loving energy is a lesbian type of energy. That would be a mistake. And again, people do it all of the time. I fell into not same-sex energy, but I fell into soulmates, females who I assumed were lovers when in fact they weren't. And that damages the relationship. Okay? What about Brownsville Church in Florida? I'm not familiar with Brownsville Church in Florida. Again, if that resonates for your journey, it does. Okay. Something about the Susie Lampla case. Again, someone's a real estate agent, okay? A real estate agent or a real estate company is significant in this energy currently. A real estate agent or a real estate company. Okay? This is a cold case from 1986 that was finally solved in recent years. Susie Lampla. Okay? England. Okay? Susie oh no. Coast Guard. Okay? Susie Lampla was on top. Okay? So Coast Guard, Susie could be on top. Coast Guard. Okay? That is on the moon. Okay? So the Coast Guard, okay, is finding out information. Okay? They could see a boat out there just bobbing in the water. Okay? Bobbing in the water, right? What is that? Binoculars. They go over to the boat, find out that the boat is abandoned, get onto the boat, see that there's been a scuffle, there's blood, evidence. We have blood on a window sill or a door. Get on the boat, find out the boat is abandoned, but you can tell that there's been a scuffle, things knocked over, things broken, but there's no one on the boat. Coast Guard. Thank you, high vibrational Coast Guard, men and women, and all men and women who have served or are serving that are doing your job. Again, United States Army this lifetime, 1995 to 2003. Okay? Something being revealed about the Coast Guard or through the Coast Guard. The names Claudia, Cynthia, Karina, Clarence, Claire. Could be something about someone's corneas. Claude Van Damme. Someone could be into martial arts. Omega, why are your messages being deleted or retracted? Okay, something about the summertime. Okay, this union, okay, with your divine counterpart could happen in the summertime. The names Nora, Nolan, Nakisha, Nyla, and Nina. Nora Jones, okay, Henry, Robinson, Pruitt, Ryan, Nolan Ryan, the Hall of Fame pitcher, Nolan Ryan. Someone's name is Ryan, male or female. Ryan is a unisex name. Oh, okay. Ryan is a unisex name, okay. Nina, Nyla, Nala, okay. We have, I take my rightful place amongst and within the esoteric plane of divine white light. I take my rightful place amongst and within the esoteric plane of divine white light. That is an affirmation. You might want to write that down to help you ascend. You might want to write that down, okay? Someone is a pug owner. Pugs, okay? Also, I'm getting pub. Someone might be a pub owner, bartender, pub. There might be something about a holiday party at a pub, investigators, collective. Pub. Casey, Lacey, Cassie, Casper. Casey, Lacey, Cassie, Casper. Okay? We have the Seven of Swords, okay? On these names here, again, with all the celebrity energy that comes out here, Cagney and Lacey, old school TV show, okay? Lassie, okay, something about a dog again, okay? Casey Musgraves, okay? Seven of Swords, trickery, okay? Witchcraft of some sort, and that is revealing your father is doing witchcraft against you, okay? This could be your father. This could be a boss, an employer, a coworker, someone who is a father, yours or someone else's, a mentor is doing witchcraft against you. Do your return to senders, collective. Investigators, do your return to senders. This could be the director of the FBI trying to stop agents from revealing the truth, like the hit they put out on Jessica Aber. Okay? This could be a father energy like Christopher Asher Ray or Kash Patel that does hits or puts out hits or are aware of hits, witchcraft, that are done to silence the ones who are telling the truth, such as Jessica Aber was, that U.S. district attorney in Washington, D.C. We had Seattle, Washington come out here. Okay? Some of you will be going on a shopping spree in the summertime. Men, if you want your wand to be healing, it requires isolation, celibacy, and meditation. If you want your wand to be healing, it requires this. And I will tell you, okay, this is my third stint of celibacy. Okay, I went through a stint of celibacy a year in 2008. And again, that's the same year that Janice ascended, the one who was protecting my seed, our seed, divine masculine, female, okay? And your ancestors as well, okay? You may have had dreams about that too. And a grandparent whose name is Odessa. Both of them passed in 2008. Odessa passed on February 29th, the leap year day. 2008 was a leap year. She passed on February 29th, the leap year day. Okay? So that was 2008. That was the first stint of celibacy. The second was like 2011 to 2013 or 2012, 2013, somewhere in there, right when I was starting dialysis, okay? All right? And I was celibate for a while after I first started dialysis because, again, that takes a toll on your body, okay? Yes, thank you, Omega. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. Okay, and remember, cleanse your energy. Spend time with your ancestors. Spend time with your babies if you have them. Okay? Okay, on the other side of Healing Wand, we have a client used your credentials illegally. So if you owned a business, again, I was a tax accountant. Okay? In the last chapter, I was a tax accountant. Okay? A client used your credentials illegally. And we have on the Queen of Wands. Okay? So this is information that the investigators are finding out. Okay? Guess whose name is on the back of this card, or the card back here? Guess whose name? Okay? Current FBI director, the current FBI director. The name Delois, okay? So Delois, okay? Delois could have used your credentials if Delois was a client of yours. Delois, Lois, Lewis, Del Rey, delinquent, Demolition Man type of energy, Sandra Bullock, Sylvester Stallone, Demolition Man, tantric sex. Adam, Earl, Eddie, Damien, someone smokes a lot, whatever you smoke. Okay? These names, investigators, any form of them, okay? Could be Earlene, I mentioned Damon Wayans. It's not Damian Wayans, it's Damon Wayans, but I did mention that name. Okay. And we have a former FBI director. So we have Kash Patel's name out here and a former FBI director. Again, I mentioned them. And again, the most recent FBI director to resign is Dan Bonadino or something like that. And he resigned this month. This month. Okay. So, collective, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and get some angel numbers to close it out. Divine Source, this has been a thorough reading. I appreciate all of you who have subscribed to the channel, all of you who have come into the live and shared parts of your journey and confirmations with me. Again, what I do here, it's not for show, okay? What I do here, it's not for self gratification, okay? What I do here is for the collective, and it's for the nations, and the nations are the people, okay? So when you read scripture, canonical text, and it speaks of the nations, it's not talking about the land, it's talking about you and I, okay? Let's go ahead and get some angel numbers to close it out. Thank you so much, Christy. Thank you so much. Good to have you a part of the journey. Good to have you a part of the journey. Okay, thank you so much as always, Omega. Thank you so much as always, okay? Okay, no angel numbers on the shuffle, so we will go ahead and pick 3. Okay, pick 3. You might have options, pick 3. I said pick 3, and the first one I picked was 333. I said pick 3. The next one is 1331, okay? 1331 and 0707. Again, angel numbers 808 and 721, okay? 721 is 7777. 21 is 777, and then you have the additional 7 on 721. Okay? Birthday or something else, investigators. Okay? Good fortune, 1331. Have faith in your skills and talents as they are a gift and a tool that can't, I keep mentioning a tool, so there you go. More tools, more resources coming in. Can provide you with a bright future, a piece of good advice, a moment of enlightenment, or a comforting message is on the way. Everything will work out in your favor. So we have energy out here that definitely speaks to a revealing of something. The moon, the emperor, the Queen of Wands, several others, okay? The Two of Wands. 0707 is for a compromise, okay? Let go of what no longer serves you. Stop holding on to grudges. Again, if you are in obsessive energy, that is holding you back. You need to release that, okay? Obsessive energy is associated with the ego. We all have an ego. Obsessive energy is associated with the ego and an attempt to control. You can't control everything. You need to say the serenity prayer. Express your emotions and aim towards a compromise. Where there is a lack of understanding, it is best to just move on. Where there is a lack of understanding, it's best to just move on. The truth will set you free. Okay? And again on 333, okay, I was born this lifetime on the 333rd day of the year. That is November 29th. Okay? Seeing the angel number 333 is a sign that it's time to focus inward. Work on your skills, again, skills, discover your talents and use talents. Second time. And use your imagination as a child. Become as a child. Imagination. Children are extremely imaginative. Don't let anyone shut that down in you. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and sense of competence. It does wonders for your sense of purpose and contributes to your community. Before I go, the last thing that I will say, or last nugget, is the difference between gifts, your gifts, and your talents. Talents are accrued while you are here. Gifts are divinely given. Talents, you can go and learn how to be a carpenter. You can go and learn how to be an electrician. You can go and learn how to be whatever, okay? If you are a gifted artist, you didn't take a painting class. I've never taken a painting class, okay? But I paint. And in fact, maybe I'll post some of those pictures from the other channel, Esoteric Guidance, Extraterrestrial Earth Angel. Maybe I'll post some of those paintings, past paintings, in the community tab, okay? So the difference between gifts and talents are gathered while you are here. Learning to be a good mechanic, okay? Gifts, okay, being a healer is a divine given thing, okay? So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Again, my name is NEHRU. I am an extraterrestrial earth angel, born on the 333rd day of the year. I was given over to a warlock family, the one who stole my first wife, okay, while I was in the military. In addition to that, he slept with many of the women that I slept with after I slept with them, some of which he impregnated. He is now serving, if he isn't already dead, a 40 to 60 year sentence in Saginaw, Michigan. Look his name up, Kevin Thomas. Okay? Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. Again, for those of you who are new subscribers, thank you so much for taking the step to be a part of this collective. High vibrational investigators, moderators, those who are on this earth who are protectors of me, to my divine masculine, female, wherever you are, however you're spending your holiday season, I hope you're doing well. To you, your family, I look forward to meeting you whenever that divine timing comes about. Thank you so much, as always, and be encouraged.